Everything's all right. Everything is all good.
Everything's normal.
Good,
Let's
good.
not say all right. We'll just say normal.
All right, we got a lot to get to this morning. Let's find out what's happening in the news.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here are some of the local stories we're looking at for you this morning.
3, 2, 1.
That is the sound of the ribbon being cut and the grand opening being held for the New Heights CCDA Laundry Hub. The project has been years in the making, starting out when the First Church of God of Benton Heights noticed a need for a laundry facility in the area. From there grew the idea of a laundry and community center that would feature dozens of washers and dryers and space for support service agencies to assist residents. At Thursday's ribbon cutting, New Heights CCDA Director Chris Britton told us it's been quite the journey.
Well, I think for me, the most inspiring thing about being here today is just all the people and the diverse representation of everyone who's here, from our social and human service partners to our financial backers to the community members to people from the broader community. That just, to me, is representative of what this project was all about.
And Britton also says, in addition to the 32 new Maytag brand commercial washers and dryers donated by the Whirlpool Foundation, the hub has 800 square feet of flexible space dedicated to host services like health screenings, job training, financial literacy, and more. The facility had the backing of the First Church of God, the Frederick S. Upton Foundation, the Corwell Health Foundation, and the AEP Foundation, and more than $1 million raised to get started. The Laundry Hub is now open and available to Benton Heights residents. Berrien County could soon be getting a sobriety court. At a Thursday meeting of the Berrien County Board of Commissioners, Commissioner Jim Curran said the County Administration Committee this week heard from the specialty court manager and the chief probation officer who are seeking the creation of a new sobriety court. Curran says it would apply to those who are facing their second drunk driving conviction and be an alternative to throwing them in jail. Instead, they'd be under strict supervision.
It includes the interlock on their vehicle, so they have to be able to get their car started so that they are sober. It is an effort and an attempt of, instead of putting these people in jail, of giving them the opportunity to still keep their job, still be productive.
Berrien County's current specialty courts are the Drug Treatment Court, the Mental Health Court, and the Swift and Sure Sanctions Probation Program. Court system leaders say they've been effective at turning around offenders who would otherwise be sent to jail. Curran said the administration committee signed off on the resolution from the court to seek a $30,000 grant for planning. It would not pay for the court itself. The planning grant would be met with a $49,000 match. That's already in the court's budget. The full county commission will consider the issue next week. And yesterday afternoon, in case you missed it, multiple police agencies pursued a suspect in a chase that reportedly started near Horizon Bank in St. Joseph and ended on Napier Avenue at Union. Law enforcement reports that just before 5 p.m., they received a report of an individual trying to break into an ATM. Police arrived and a pursuit started. The chase went from St. Joseph across Bicentennial Bridge, down Main Street, and eventually wound its way over to Union Avenue in Benton Harbor. Just before the intersection with Napier Avenue is when police were reportedly able to stop the vehicle. We understand one suspect is in custody and it was taken into custody without further incident. The case is being handled by the St. Joseph Department of Public Safety. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
And coming up here in just a little bit, we have Dave Wolf with sports. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. More than 800,000 customers are in the dark in the Houston area this morning after a power.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Diane, that was not a glitch yesterday. No, we did not do a live stream yesterday because I was running into technical difficulties when I was at my house, and I was able to do the show.
You did the show,
but not this show.
Oh no,
the live stream. Yeah, yeah. Some things weren't talking to each other, and I was able. The most important thing was doing the show on the air. So I was like, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. So this is what I got.
Okay. I don't think it's going to put my eye out yet.
Man,
we need new springs in here. What's going on with this thing?
Need some new springs. Need a new transmission. Yeah, there you go.
In a couple minutes, we're going to have Mike Weibel. He's with...
let me get him on.
Oh, okay. He's with Baird Private Wealth Management. He's joining us in here for a couple minutes to talk about some of the things they're up to. Oh, you're going to do the computer thing there. Okay. But thanks again for filling in yesterday, Johnny. Appreciate it. Everything went as planned yesterday, so feel good about that. I love your third camera. It comes up in, is that Chinese?
I don't know, honestly.
He selects a different camera, and the
It's one of those things you get a good deal on Amazon, and the deal is
one of those
sometimes
things. You get a good
sometimes
deal.
the deal is too good to be true. And I needed an extra camera for something a while back, and I was like, oh, this is great. This is exactly what I want. Great price and everything. Turns out when I load it up on the computer,
Yeah.
it doesn't recognize it as that company. It's supposed to be like a Logitech camera.
Oh.
And everything looks like Logitech, but it's the Logitech, I think, Chinese version.
Oh, okay.
It's like what they sell over there.
So they bought it. Whoever sold it to you probably bought a shipment from China.
Yep.
And it was
said,
meant to be sold in China.
Everything works exactly according to plan. It just, when it shows up on the computer, it shows up in Chinese.
Yeah. Furthering the thought that there's one factory that pretty much builds everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they just slap a different name on it.
Yeah. Kind of like cars.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Anyways.
But we've got a special guest in the studio. We're going to be talking to you in a minute about financial stuff.
Great.
Mike Weibel, he's with Baird Private Wealth Management. Before we do that, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
How's your Friday?
It's great.
Yeah?
Beautiful outside. Summer in Michigan. Can't beat it.
You're very community involved.
Yes.
And in fact, there is what's the event you're doing this weekend? It's the walk, run,
walk, and rock.
Run, walk, rock.
Yeah.
Benefiting Lori's Place.
It is.
Which you're the vice chair.
I am.
Very good.
Yeah, it's a great organization and one of our big outings every year. I think we're up to almost 800 participants this year.
That's great.
It's gonna be huge.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And the weather always holds out for that. You know, it rains every once in a while, but usually, there was one year it was raining ahead of time. So we had to delay probably 10, 15 minutes. And then later on one year, as soon as we finished, as soon as everybody got across the finish line, everybody got their medals and prizes and picked up donuts and whatever, started pouring down rain.
That's great timing.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's good timing.
So,
but
somebody up there is looking out for us when we do those events.
You going to be running, walking, or rocking?
I'm signed up to run. I ran last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not any record pace of any kind. I know there's a live stream. I'm not exactly built for speed. More for, so not looking to win any ribbons, but yeah, great event, and a lot of people. In fact, a lot of people in most of our offices participating in it. So
that's great.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah.
A lot of good work you do at Lori's Place.
They do. It's an amazing, great story, and amazing organization.
For people who don't know, educate us.
So Lori's Place started off as basically the community response to a local tragedy. Lori Schultz passed away. She was a doctor, passed away unexpectedly in a car accident on the way to a emergency call at a hospital, and left her husband and two young children by themselves, tragically. One of their neighbors was Lisa Bartosik. She was at the time an employee of Hospice at Home. And she'd been doing a lot of work in child bereavement, and her dream was to start a child bereavement center. So when that happened, it kind of, she went over and knocked on the door. She was with Ron Schultz when he told his children what had happened. And a couple months after that, they sat down and came up with the idea of maybe we should do this thing. And they got some local community leader, Bill Marone and Craig Hubble, some others who sat around and kind of spitballed the idea. They did a campaign and raised $700,000 from the community and bought a building and got things started. And 20 years from now, or 20 years, this is November 15th is our 20-year anniversary.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we are in 4 counties now. We serve 4 counties, public school systems. It's amazing all the places that Lori's Place is. There's the director, Stephanie Kohler-Pagan is the director, and there's 6 employees. They cover 4 counties and all the public schools.
That's great.
So it's amazing. They do amazing work with a very tight, small staff. And it's funny, it's one of those things you hear about Lori's Place and you don't know much about it till you need it. And when you need it, as I go throughout the community and you talk to people that have at some point had to use the services of Lori's Place, they feel forever indebted. I mean, there's just an allegiance and a loyalty that comes from the community for something that, really a community our size does not have. Lori's Place.
Correct.
I mean, usually it's bigger communities, bigger cities. So it's really uncommon to have such a jewel like that in our community, but yet here we are.
Yeah.
And continuing to grow and continuing to look for opportunities to serve people. And it's, they've started off with just children, and obviously then they realized that families, parents also needed. So there's adult services as well. And it's just an inspiring group of people. And it's everybody, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you come from, what station in life you are, at some point you're going to deal with grief. And in our community, when you do, there's Lori's Place.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
You'll be there. I'll be there.
Yep.
I will get a t-shirt, but I don't run because I'm busy doing the music and stuff like that. Maybe I should get on the rocking chair and do some rocking.
It's a rock event.
Yeah, I could
You
do
can
that.
do that.
I rock out, man. That's what I usually
One
do.
of the guys in the office who's participating, we encouraged him. He doesn't know whether he's going to show up or not, but he does like the t-shirt.
Yeah.
So we told him maybe we'd get him a big stroller.
There you go.
And we would push him with the sippy cup.
Love it.
He's
Love
open
it.
to that. He's open to that. So
All right, here we
Does
go.
he know this plan?
Here we go. Here
Yeah.
we go.
Here we go. Here
Jonny
we
and
go.
Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
It's Friday and it's free Flat Fridays. You can go to WSJM.com, go to the contest page, your chance to win a free flat of flowers, courtesy of our friends at Barbett's Farm and Greenhouse. Ken, you got a special guest today.
Got a special guest in here today, Mike Weibel, who is an investment advisor representative from Baird Private Wealth Management. Thanks for joining us in studio today.
thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We'll talk to you in a couple of moments about some financial information, but just to wrap up, you've got an event that's happening this weekend
Well, yes.
for
Yes, we do.
Lori's Place.
Correct.
And you're the vice chair of Lori's Place, the board vice chair for Lori's Place. Tell us a little bit about the event, a little plug for it.
Sure. This is our Run, Walk, Rock event. And so it is Saturday morning, something we do every year. Basically, at this point, I think we're close to 800 participants.
Okay.
So if you're a runner, we certainly love you to come run. If you're not a runner and kind of a walker, you can walk that. If you're neither one of those, you can just rock yourself through the morning and do a really good thing for a really good cause and make a difference. It's our second largest fundraiser. And it helps us to raise the funds to do what we do.
And what you do is help with bereavement. People don't know it when they're going to need it, but when they do need it, help with suffering through grief and working through it. Lori's Place is there.
Exactly. And that's, I think, one of the key things is it doesn't matter what station in life you're at. Everybody at some point is going to deal with some degree of grief. And some people deal with it very well, and some people really need some support.
Right.
And, people sometimes think, well, how do I pay for that type of support? Well, everything Lori's Place does is free. So when people need something, we encourage people to reach out, make a phone call, come in. They can get support. They can get referrals. And again, all of that is completely free because that's what we're here for.
Yeah, absolutely. Big fundraiser, the Run, Walk, Rock, going on tomorrow morning. It's tough. It's a tongue twister.
It is.
No, but that's great.
We kind of refer to it as a her because
It's the and they have great t-shirts there, and Johnny's going to be there, but more about that in a moment. But first, Mike Weibel is an investment advisor representative with Baird Private Wealth Management, and that's what we're here to talk about today is a little bit more. We're going to be talking over the next few weeks about Baird Private Wealth Management and what you do, some of the services that are offered through your organization. But first, maybe we just start with, what is Baird Private Wealth Management? What do you want people to know?
Baird Private Wealth Management is, they were founded in 1919 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin by a man named R.W. Baird. And he started a municipal bond trading office there, and it's turned into now an international company. We're international, one of the largest municipal bond traders in the United States. Even though a lot of people in our area have not heard or presently didn't know much about Baird.
Yeah.
And we were Hilliard Lions for over 20 years, and most people were familiar with Hilliard Lions, but those two companies were really sister companies, a lot of similarities and overlap. And So when we were acquired by them in 2019, it was pretty much a very easy transition because the cultures are so much the same. And so Baird started off as that. We are still in one of the few employee-owned financial firms in the United States. So everybody who works there is a stockholder. 87%, I think the number is right now, of employees are stockholders in the company. And that makes a real difference because it gives, one of the things about Baird when we became a part of them is we realized their culture was very team oriented. So everything about Baird, when you're dealing with back office people, when you're dealing with resources and services, or even when we're doing our annual sales meeting and everybody's together, it's not a big us and little you, or chiefs and Indians. It's just simply the big team comes together, and that culture or that philosophy permeates down into the local branch, and that has made a tremendous difference for our office. And I think the benefactor of all that is our clients. I mean, our clients love it, so it's a good thing.
When should people reach out to Baird Private Wealth Management? What kind of things are happening in their lives?
We open at 8:30. No.
Our phones turn on. Yeah.
It all depends. Some people have worked all of their life for a company. Of course, that's becoming less and less often as time goes by. But a lot of people spend their entire life at a company, and they've contributed to a 401k, and they've done their savings, and they've never really sat down when they look at retirement to find out what that looks like. And so we a lot of times get people in that station of life. They're 60, and all of a sudden they're thinking to themselves, can I retire? Should I retire? Or all of a sudden they find out they're going to retire, whether they like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And they need some advice to know what do I do now?
Right.
That's what we're here to do. I mean, we're here to support people and to help them make good choices for their life. Every family is unique. And I think that's one thing is easy, and especially corporate America, is the one size fits all. And in financial services, it is not one size fits all. Everybody has a different goal, different lifestyle, different things they want to accomplish with their financial life. And to be honest, much of our work, we feel like sometimes counselors.
Yeah.
I mean, you're helping people walk through the death of a spouse, the loss of a job, sometimes divorce, sometimes tragedy that happens to them. And in that time, it's easy for people to make emotional and decisions out of fear. And we're here to kind of be a sounding board and to steady the boat and help them navigate that, and not to make a critical decision that's going to cost them financially down the road.
Demystify for us, if you would, just what does that first conversation feel like? What kind of information are you looking for? What kind of information should somebody approaching you be ready to provide?
Usually when somebody comes in for the first time, we encourage them to bring their statements just so we know what's out there. But that first meeting is very much kind of a meet and greet.
Yeah.
We're not looking to sign any documents or do any type of hard decisions. We're just looking to see if it's a right fit. We really believe one of our core things in our office we talk about all the time is it's about relationships. So we really want to have a relationship with somebody that's a client that's not just going to be for a week or a month or a year. We're looking for legacy. We want to deal with families, not just individuals. So when we look for that first appointment, we're trying to help them feel comfortable, answer whatever questions that they might have, and then we'll encourage them actually to go out and talk to other advisors, because this is your financial future, and you need to be sitting with somebody that you trust, you're comfortable with. And if you're sitting with somebody because, well, that's where somebody just told me to go and I don't know where else to go, and you're really not comfortable, that's your financial future is too important just to kind of spitball it.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. No, I believe you. Mike Weibel is an investment advisor representative with Baird Private Wealth Management. Anything else you want to say today?
One of the things, again, in our office, we have over 80 years of experience in our office. Last year in this time, June, we formed one team together. So rather than having 4 individual advisors in the office, we now have, we tongue-in-cheek say you get 4 for the price of 1. So we have Rick Sanders, Alan McKee, Dan Norton, and myself. We have 2 client service specialists, which is Kathy Trainer and Allison Frederick. All of us work together as one unit. So when you come in the door and you do that first meeting, you're going to be meeting with more than one of us. A lot of times when you sit down with an advisor, even if you presently have an advisor and they're in their 50s or 60s, you're thinking, well, how much longer are you going to be doing this? And we realize that's on people's minds. And so we have an advisor out, Rick Sanders in his early 60s. Alan and I are in our 50s. And Dan Norton is in his early 30s. And we're kind of eyeing somebody for that 40-year range. So again, we're dealing with families. We have people that come in and we've been helping their parents, and now their children are getting jobs. And, they're comfortable to talk to an older advisor, but they kind of click with somebody who's raising children like they are. And that's Dan Norton. So all together we have Dan, we call him our favorite millennial. And and we have that perspective, because that's obviously a different way of looking at the world. Millennials look at the world differently compared to some of us that are older. And all that together creates a dynamic where you don't just, you might click with one person, and that's fine. But at the same time, if you say, well, I really would like to work with Dan or Rick or Alan or Mike, you can have that relationship. But knowing if any one of us are gone or something happens, there's 4 of us there to serve you, really 6 of us there to serve you. And someone's always answer the phone. Anybody can help you look at your accounts and help you with things. And clients love it.
Yeah.
When we made that change last year, we didn't know how it was going to make traction with people. And we've had really one of the best years we've had as far as new clients coming to our office. And those clients, the feedback from them is every time I come in the office, I meet somebody else from Baird who does something else for me.
Nice.
And we're like, that's the whole idea. And most people are used to working with one advisor who might have tremendous experience, but you only know so much as one person. And we have different expertise in the office. Dan does our in-house financial planning. We do have a corporate financial planner that works with him. Rick kind of leans toward estate planning and taxation. Dan does asset allocation. I have an insurance background, so I lean on that, insurance reviews and long-term care. But everybody in the office is licensed to help people. And so that's what we're there to do. And however we need to rally resources around them, that's exactly what we do. And the great thing about Baird, kind of around the circle, is that because they're very interested in that team dynamic and we're employee owned, a lot of our resources toward technology go right back into providing more services. So we're not trying to keep stockholders happy. Once you retire, you have to sell your stock. So it's not a matter of keeping stockholders happy, it's keeping employees happy that they're able to serve their clients. So when it comes to that middle market financial firm, international size, we're best in class. We have more resources. We help people with, when somebody comes in, we usually first thing we'll talk to them about is a financial plan. We'll do a tax review. We have some incredible tax software to help people look forward and how to save money with their taxes. Everybody, like we say, nobody minds paying taxes, but nobody wants to pay too much. And
For sure. For sure.
And we also have estate planning attorneys. We have a trust officer that works out of our office. So we can do anything any large international firm can do, but we're all local. We're not from Fort Wayne or Detroit or Chicago. We actually live here. We raised our children here. We all are local. In fact, Rick Sanders went to Lakeshore High School. I was 4 years behind him. I went to school with his sister. Alan was a year ahead of me at St. Joe. Dan actually grew up in Grand Rapids, but his wife used to babysit Rick Sanders' kids, and she's a Gathright. And so, of course, there's all kinds of Gathrights in town.
For sure.
And so everybody is local. And that to me makes a real difference when you're serving local people. We understand the culture. We understand the community. And these people are our neighbors. We want them to be successful.
Yeah. Okay. We've got to leave it there.
Yep.
That's a lot of good information.
Well, you're welcome. And I'll come back again.
Yeah. We look forward to having you back. We're going to talk more about that probably in June. Does that work?
Yep.
Does that work?
That works.
All right. Mike Weibel. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate the information.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Mike Weibel is an investment advisor representative with Baird Private Wealth Management. The opinions expressed are for general information and should not be considered a solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security. The information not intended as tax or legal advice. Please consult legal or tax professionals for specific information regarding your individual situation. Mike Weibel, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you bet.
We'll have news, sports, and your Bloomberg Market Minute coming up next. Oh yeah.
Goodness gracious.
You were just talking about it before we jump back on the live stream here about graduation season. We'll probably talk more in just a moment, but
Yes.
I've been seeing this all over social media. Everybody's saying, "Oh, it's my kid's last day, and all that." So yeah, graduation season is underway.
Oh man, there's so much of it.
And man, I am feeling old because there's so many people's kids that are graduating. And I was like, yeah, I remember when you were a baby.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of friends of mine have kids, like Julie Laurent. You know, her
She's
daughter.
my neighbor. Yeah.
She's your neighbor.
Yeah.
Her daughter. I remember when she was all of about 2.5 or 3 years old.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, come to the graduation party."
Yeah.
Oh,
Saw a
man.
sign out in her yard. I think she's going to Utah or something.
Yeah, it's I think Utah State.
Yeah.
To study sports broadcasting, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got the family for that. Let's see. So yeah, tonight Sawyer is going to be at his Andrews graduation.
Oh, fun.
Because he did some advanced placement classes there. Yeah.
Stand by. I'm going to talk about another school in just a moment.
All right.
To learn more, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, what's going on? It's Johnny from The Morning Show, and I want to tell you about my friends at New Buffalo Area Schools, a great school district that focuses on every student every day at all grade levels. Some of the unique things about New Buffalo Area Schools is they offer a full day academic pre-kindergarten classroom, STEAM education taught to all students in K through 12. Also, children are provided learning opportunities in the areas of art, music, dance, physical education, Spanish, makerspace, smart lab, guidance, CTE, radio and communications. Yeah, there's a radio station inside the school, and there's not a lot of high school radio stations nationwide, but they've got it at New Buffalo Area Schools. They also have a lot of other great things, including the Bison Scholarship, $5,000 per year, available to those who attend school before 5th grade. Then after 5th grade, the scholarship is prorated. They also offer daycare. So there's a ton of really great offerings at New Buffalo Area Schools. If you want to find out if it's the right fit for you and your child, you can simply take a tour and talk with some of the administrators and see if it's right for you. But also you can check out all the things that they offer and the cool things they do just by going to their website, nbas.org.
If you like sitting around the porch or dinner table sharing stories with friends, that's what we like to do here at Our American Store.
Oh, graduation season.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
Oh,
When
yeah.
is the Niles graduation commencement, whatever thing?
Let me pull that date up because there's like 500 events going on. Let's see.
Is it next week? No, I think it's the week
I think it's
after.
the week after that.
And it's a Friday, isn't it?
I'm going to give you the exact date. It
All right.
is. Let's see. There's a scholarship assembly, then the baccalaureate. Oh, May 30th, graduation at 7 p.m. May
Thursday?
Is that May 30th?
That's Thursday.
Yeah, that's what it says here.
Huh.
Maybe I got the wrong date, but
In the evening, right?
yeah, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And
I think that's right. I think I'm trying to remember.
I have to I've been instructed to arrive early to get parking.
Oh yeah. I told you if you're in a bind and you just want to, if you guys get there early enough and you just want to walk, you can park down by my house.
Okay.
Not in my driveway because
I
it's
may
pretty
take
much
you.
just 2 cars, but you can
Can I
park,
park on the lawn?
Sure. We've got a garden bed right in the front lawn.
I mean, it's
so,
the BMW. It likes a nice little carpet, soft carpet.
Oh, I can move out of the driveway for you if you'd like.
That's fine.
And ask my neighbor to borrow their garage. You need the white glove treatment.
Yeah, valet would be good.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll stand by the school. I'll park, and then I'll come bring your car back.
That's
for
a
you.
great idea.
Yeah, no, I'm
Be
definitely
just like
not doing
Ferris
that.
Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah,
Go to
Jumping a hill.
Chicago.
Yep.
On 94.9 WSJM.
Just about 7:30. Good morning. It's gonna be foggy to start the day. Looks like most of that, and there's still a bit of a haze.
There's a haze.
I'm seeing, so just be careful. But other than that, it should be a pretty solid day today. 40% chance for some rain and storms, high 75. Later tonight, cloudy and 56. Stop messing with that thing,
It
man.
just
You're
won't
gonna
stay up.
oh,
The microphone is just keeps falling.
you gotta give it some coffee or something.
Screwdriver. You got your Leatherman on you?
I got my Swiss Army knife. Yeah, we could.
Any blade in that?
We could.
I might need to borrow.
I've got a Phillips and I got a flathead. We can make that happen for you.
I'll use
Do
a Phillips.
some quick repairs.
Yeah, I'll use.
But
Phillips.
anyways, lots of things to get to here this morning. You gonna do some repairs? Or do you want
No.
Do you want me to handle it?
No, we can. Do
No,
the
you're
news.
the one that's got to do the news.
Oh, I need a wrench because the other side's spinning.
All right, I'll go grab a wrench and we'll get that covered for you. All right, let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Some of the local news stories we're following for you today. Yesterday afternoon, multiple police agencies pursued a suspect in a chase that reportedly started near Horizon Bank in St. Joseph and ended on Napier Avenue at Union Avenue in Benton Harbor. Law enforcement reports that just before 5 o'clock, they received a report of an individual trying to break into an ATM. Police arrived and a pursuit started. The chase went from St. Joseph across the Bicentennial Bridge, down the main street, through a few neighborhoods, and eventually wound its way over to Union Avenue. Just before the intersection with Napier Avenue is when police were able to stop the vehicle. We understand that the suspect was taken into custody without further incident. The case is being handled by the St. Joseph Department of Public Safety. Other news that we're following for you today, Berrien County has been awarded $3 million in federal funds to create a new 911 dispatch center and emergency operations hub in Buchanan. The Board of Commissioners was briefed by Congressman Tim Walberg on that yesterday on the next steps. Walberg told commissioners they have to work directly with FEMA now to get the money rolling. I'll tell you more about that at 8 o'clock. And Berrien County is getting a new life-saving robot. You think AI is taking everyone's jobs? Now we got a robot doing life-saving stuff, but that's good.
That's helpful.
This is helpful because they heard about Emily. Emily is an emergency integrated life-saving lanyard, and it was donated to help folks at Silver Beach not drown. We'll tell you more about that life-saving robot donation coming up at 8 o'clock, too. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Dave Wolf has sports for us in just a moment. Let's find out right now what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network. I'm Greg Roman.
You need me to grab a wrench?
I mean, if you have one.
I don't think I have a wrench.
Nah.
Just have really strong fingers.
I'll just wait and go steal one from.
It seems like it's doing a little bit better, even just from that quick tighten.
Yeah, we'll see. I might just grab a wrench from Terry's office when he's not looking.
Because it's been, yeah, you probably do it later because he's coming with me.
Oh, you guys are doing the dry run,
the PGA. We're just checking to make sure the internet's working properly.
Good. I was having issues with the internet this morning. I don't think it was our issue. I think it was just some sites were not loading.
And
yeah, I looked at the down detector to see if I could see anything substantial, but there was nothing.
All right.
It was fun having Mike in.
Yeah, Mike's a great dude. Known him for many, many years, and yeah, he's a nice guy, and looking forward to that run, walk, and rock.
Yeah, Lori's
should be
place.
a warm, probably a pretty warm morning. But I've got to get there early, get all set up and ready to roll.
Mm-hmm. Run,
walk, and rock.
Rock.
Yeah, it's so hard to say it fast, especially when you say Lori's place, run, walk, and rock. And I've said it for so many years. It's easier, but oof, it'll be tough. But no, it's always a good event right there at the down by the Edgewater area. And that run, for anybody that is a runner or a walker, people love doing that event because in this area, a lot of times, if you have a 5K, if you do it on the other side of the river in St. Joe by the Margaret B. Upton Arboretum, a lot of times there is the designated route. The city has decided this is what your 5 or 10K route is. So doing the Lori's Place walk and rock, it's a totally different route because it's over by Edgewater and you go into Scornia and all that, but you get to run on the beach, and you get to run through some residential areas. So it's a beautiful, beautiful run, and it's different for what people usually are used to running.
Hmm.
So it should be a good one. Always a ton of people. Oh my gosh, tons of people. So this will be really great for the folks at Lori's Place, and celebrating the anniversary is pretty nice as well. Check that out. I believe you can still participate and be a part of it if you'd like. Good morning to John E. Hawkins Jr. Tip top of the morning. That's what he says. Diane says maybe the internet issue is due to the geomagnetic storms.
Could still be. That did affect stuff earlier. Run, walk, rock.
Yeah, it's always a cool spot.
For more information, you can go to lori'splace.org/RWR.
Mm-hmm.
Sign up.
The Rock is cool because there's rocking chairs.
Yeah.
And you buy the rocking chair.
You're going to post up in the rocking chair.
You know, I've got to pay.
You are.
No, I'd like to. But I'm so busy running around from place to place doing an announcement or helping make sure everything's good that I look at the maybe I could be a designated rocker. So if somebody, they're rocking, they're having a good time, but maybe they need to go grab a snack or go to the bathroom or whatever, I'll be a stand-in.
That's
I'll be a rock
seat warmer.
Yeah, seat warmer.
A seat warmer, as it were.
I'll rock in the chair for you while you're doing whatever.
Like it.
But that's cool. I always like those because a lot of times people will purchase those in honor of someone that passed. So it's a really, really fun event to be a part of. And then there's donuts.
Oh.
Yeah, usually they have donuts. They have all the whole spread of things that you get after you run: bananas, apples, water, this, that, and the other. And they always, even though they know that tons of people come out to the event, there's always leftover donuts.
Ooh.
And of course, I'm one of the last people to leave because I'm packing everything up while everybody
going to
walks
take
up.
any more donuts?
And they
donuts?
No,
Okay.
It's not even me going for the donuts. A lot of times they say, Johnny, please take these donuts.
Take these donuts.
We need to get rid of them.
That's great.
So usually I end up that's my breakfast for the day is a whole box of donuts.
Nice.
So
that's very nice.
Diane, yes, it is a lot of fun. It is probably one of the coolest events that I get to be a part of throughout the year. Got my playlist all set. Little secret. A lot of times it's the same exact playlist. I have curated over this many, many years, in my opinion, one of the simple but yet impactful playlists that you will ever have in a race.
Oh. That's big.
I've spent many, many years with my musical knowledge that spans decades. So what I do is...
Do you have any Weird Al Yankovic in there?
No Weird Al.
Okay.
No Weird Al. But there's a lot of course, there's a lot of Motown. I love Motown.
Everyone
There's
does.
some good rock.
Yeah.
There's some newer songs, in the last 5-10 years. I keep it familiar.
Keep it fresh.
And keep it fresh.
Nice.
But I also think of the beats per minute as well. Always want to keep them upbeat. I don't want all of a sudden a power ballad or a slow ballad happen when somebody's trying to finish a 5K. No, they're upbeat. They're fun. They're just all around good songs. And the true test of when you're DJing anything or just playing a playlist for a wide audience is if everybody of all ages is bobbing their head or dancing or having some fun before the race, then you got a good playlist. And that's usually the case when I play some of this stuff. So.
Music fuels the soul.
So it should be good. No one ever says, I don't like this song. That's also another true test.
Nice. Do you play any Casey and the Sunshine Band?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Got that in there.
Love that.
I've got Stevie
Stephanie
Wonder.
hates Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Why?
I don't know. I think they're great Americans and just good music.
Yeah. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, aren't
they? They should be if they're not. I'm sure they are. And their polyester bell-bottom pants are.
Yeah.
So we talked about an alligator in
Mhm.
Detroit. Over in Ludington, their schools went on lockdown yesterday
Why?
because a bear was reported in the city.
Ooh.
Yeah, Ludington police and Michigan State police troopers worked for a few hours to encourage the bear to go into a wooded area. Go back where you came
Go
from.
and get, bear.
Get. One photo showed the bear on a sidewalk in the downtown area, and at one point it was up in a tree.
Oh.
They did have to shoot the animal with a pepper ball gun to
I
encourage.
didn't know they had those.
They have pepper ball guns.
Nice.
Yeah. You know, there are all kinds of little innovations with those anti stuff. But so pepper ball gun to get it out of the tree. They got it out of the tree. It went into the woods. Police put out an alert for residents to use caution and give the bear some space. No one was hurt, including the bear, who probably just had a little bruise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Going to do another thing.
All right.
And then we'll talk more in just a couple of, we'll have a quick thing, then a couple minutes, and then a quick thing. All right, hang
Okay.
on.
All right.
Hey, what's going on? It's Johnny from the morning show, and asparagus season is among us, and we've got a lot of delicious asparagus. Some of the best that you'll find is at Follick Farms on Cleveland Avenue, and they are absolutely apparently famous for the delicious asparagus. And I got to tell you, I tried it the other day, went by, picked it up from the farm, and ended up taking it home and cooking it for dinner. Follick Farms is a third-generation farm that has been proud to be a part of Southwest Michigan for more than 80 years, and they supply a lot of local restaurants, so you know they've got some good stuff. And one of those restaurants they supply asparagus and other fresh produce to is Grandmere Inn. And coming up tomorrow, Saturday, Follick Farms is welcoming the Grandmere Inn food truck. Their chef is going to be creating all sorts of asparagus dishes, both for sale and for sample. And so if you want to go and pick that up, you can visit them this Saturday. The truck will be there from 11 until 4, so you can take some home. Some absolutely delicious, fine and fresh asparagus, and of course some other produce as well. 7699 Cleveland Avenue in Baroda is where you'll find them, right there on the corner of Cleveland and Mars Road. That asparagus season happening now, so pick it up while it lasts at Follick Farms.
From ABC News Tech Trends, it's been more than a year.
So many buttons this morning. Wee woo.
Buttons.
All right. What do you got going on over there? I always know when you got something going on because you turn your ears off. So what do you got going on?
Turn my ears off?
Yeah, I can tell when we're having a conversation and you're so focused on whatever you're typing.
Again, another Friday session of issues with the program that I use to record some of the newscasts for the other radio stations. And so I'm going back and forth with the engineer trying to say, I think it's because the archive is too big.
Oh. Yeah.
And he says, nah, it's network congestion. But nothing else is happening.
Yeah,
and
you're literally the only person.
Yeah, I'm the only person here
probably the only person using the network at that time. Because of course shows and other things from the satellites and all that are coming in, but you're in that sweet spot that I'm pretty sure nothing's going on.
Well, the computer program we use, it's outdated, but it's simple.
It's simple.
It does exactly what it needs to do, no more, no less.
And it shouldn't take up a lot of network.
No, it's a soundbite. It's like 18 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever. Anyway, so that's why I had my ears off. Sorry.
That's all right. I kind of figured it was something, whether it was news or some technical issue.
Yeah, there's a tea recall we should talk about whenever we get back on the air.
All right, we'll talk more in
because
less
people
than
like
a minute.
tea. Okay,
I do enjoy the tea. I enjoyed the tea, and I enjoyed the tea when people spill the tea.
Yeah, you got to spill the tea. That makes the tea so much better.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's check in on what's going on with the weather.
Looks beautiful outside right now.
Man, I got to use the bathroom, and I got 15. I said I got to wait another 10 minutes.
Areas of fog to start out this morning. The fog along the lakeshore may linger into the late morning hours, but otherwise we're going to see a mix of the sun and clouds today. High temperatures will get up around 75 degrees, a little cooler near the lakeshore. Tonight down to 56. We have a slight chance of a few scattered showers late today and a slight chance of a shower tomorrow. Otherwise partly sunny, highs near 75. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
It's Friday, and it's also Free Flat Fridays with Barbara Farms and Greenhouse. So you can go to WSJM.com, check out the contest page for your chance to win a free flat of flowers. So get on it and get something to put in your garden. Lots of things to talk about here yet. You mentioned when we were on our live stream, which, by the way, when you're on our live stream, you get exclusive content. A lot of conversations that you don't hear on the radio happen over there. So it would behoove you to go over there and hang out with us every weekday morning from 7 to 8 and hear all that stuff.
Yes.
But you were talking a little bit about tea, and I feel like this week you are on your third or fourth
food
recall of, I think you had 2 on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think
So
this.
what do you got?
Excuse me. I think this is the third.
Okay.
Although maybe it's the fourth technically, because we were talking. It was at Wednesday.
Yeah,
about
cream cheese,
non-pasteurized milk.
Yep.
And how you're not supposed to drink that stuff because there could be things in it. Well, with the avian flu, they're finding a lot of that in the non-pasteurized milk. Most every gallon of milk you buy is pasteurized.
Right.
But there is I confirm this, there is a movement among some of the TikTokers and social media types and the influencers of, well, I want a fresh experience. So I want unpasteurized milk
makes sense.
for my coffee drink or tea or whatever.
Okay.
But so don't do that. Get the pasteurized stuff. Don't get sick. But for tea, nearly almost 1 million tea bags created and distributed by the organic tea brand Yogi.
Love Yogi tea.
Yeah, Yogi are being recalled due to a detectable amount of pesticide on the product.
Oh, no.
That's according to a new enforcement report posted by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Echinacea immune support tea bags that are sold under the Yogi brand in stores across the country. They were first recalled in March by parent company East West Tea. There's a full list of the lot numbers that are affected on the FDA's website. Just go to FDA, look under recalls. It's a class 3 recall, means using the product is not likely to cause adverse health consequences. But if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff and you don't want to be ingesting pesticides if you don't have to, take a look. Make sure you've checked your tea for the lot number that they list at the FDA website. So again, Echinacea immune support from Yogi Tea. A little bit of trace of pesticides. Too much.
Great.
Sorry.
Keep that in mind. You did mention bird flu. I was looking at a quick note about as far as the the bird flu and beef. Some people did some research to see if what the temperature is to kind of cook out any of those things.
Okay.
They did exhaustive studies. As long as your burgers are cooked to at least medium well, Department of Agriculture says that cooking ground beef to between 145 to 160 degrees will kill the virus that's somehow transferred from birds to cows. Burgers cooked to rare still had some virus in there. So just if you're usually a rare or medium rare type person, may want to take it up a little notch. Unfortunately, hopefully this doesn't go for very long, because in my house and in my opinion, medium rare, only way to go. Honestly, I don't do rare. I would just do it if you just walk it. I like the I was always the type of person who was sort of the LaCroix of beef, just the essence of heat. Because I'll eat it pretty much raw.
LaCroix of beef.
The LaCroix of beef, because like most LaCroix flavors have
just an essence.
Just an essence. Like somebody happened to be peeling an orange in the next building over.
Yes,
and they're like,
you can
"Ooh,
smell it.
That's tangerine LaCroix right there.
See, and that's why I wonder why don't they have a popcorn flavor? Because somebody's running popcorn in the microwave.
Oh yeah,
and that's filtering through the entire building where they're bottling it, or canning it, as it were.
Yeah, it's you don't see it on the can that it says maybe
this was made in a facility where we make popcorn for snacks,
where somebody may have or brought their leftover fish and put it in the microwave.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. We
We
know who you are.
We like the LaCroix.
There's people I won't name names. I won't name names. I thought about naming names, but I won't name names that have shown up and cooked fish in the microwave. Here? Yeah. I've been here, man. I've been here a long time.
So they're reheating their lunch, and it's some sort of aromatic fish.
Yeah.
Or is it odoriferous?
Yeah, I don't know, but it was bad.
You didn't like it?
No.
Okay.
No, if you had fish the night before, I'm totally okay with it. Eat it cold.
Yeah, eat it cold. I think you're right.
Choose wisely with your fish. Get a nice salmon at the restaurant. That is great cold. Make a little salmon make a little salmon salad.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
I even feel bad if I eat boiled eggs, like hard-boiled eggs. Cold, not even warmed up.
Because
it smells.
It does smell.
Yeah.
It releases
And
that
sometimes
odor.
I do it on purpose.
But you mentioned popcorn real quick. Speaking of people microwaving things, there was a guy that does not work here anymore, and he wasn't let go because of that. It was a different reason. But I was in the building one time, and actually I was just showing up to work, and I noticed that the microwave was out at the end of the sidewalk, outside of the building.
The microwave was outside.
The microwave was unplugged.
So it's like a countertop
sitting
deal,
outside.
or was it?
It was the regular one that's right there by the coffee station.
Okay.
And I was like, "What the heck?" And it stunk.
Yeah,
smelled like something, like there was a fire or something. And I said, "What happened?" The guy said, "Well, here's the thing. I went to make some popcorn, some just simple microwave popcorn, and I think it was like 2 minutes or a 3-minute setting to make your popcorn.
Yeah.
Turns out he put an extra 0.
Oh no.
And forgot about it.
Oh geez.
He was doing some work or whatever. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll go get that popcorn later."
Just running and
running. And that 2 minutes turned into be 20 or 30 minutes, and it destroyed. I mean, there was no going back for that microwave. You destroyed the microwave. Luckily, there was no fire or anything like that, but it had burnt the popcorn and just burnt popcorn caked on the inside of that thing. So yeah. Let that be a lesson to you.
Yeah.
Double check your zeros.
Double check your zeros. We had when I was still in college, community college, my roommate and I, we had a cat. Is my cat.
Didn't microwave the cat, right?
No, did not microwave the cat, but he worked at a pizza joint, and he got a quote unquote great deal on a used microwave.
Oh,
the only problem with the microwave is they had modified it at the pizza joint to
cook pizza.
Yeah, whenever they closed the microwave, it turned on. So remember, I said we had a cat.
Yep.
Okay. So one day when both of us were gone, the cat wanted to see out the back window where the microwave was. It had closed the door to the microwave and jumped up on the microwave and sat there and then took off. Well, my roommate got home. He said the microwave had been running for who knows how long.
Oh, geez.
And the tray in the bottom of it, there was a big round orange glowing disc.
Oh my. That had been for a while.
It was still working.
Jeez.
And absolutely nothing inside there.
And this is why I don't have a microwave.
Or a cat.
Exactly. Fears of all those things. Whether, it could have been worse. The cat could have jumped in.
That would have been something.
And then
pulled the door closed.
And then like a bird flies over and kicks the door closed.
Yeah, or the mouse, like Tom and Jerry.
Straight up Tom and Jerry episode, man. Or Tweety Bird.
Things we are thankful didn't catch on fire.
We'll get to your Moody on the Market update here in just a moment. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Are you a business owner worried about the safety of your sensitive?
All right. We have a professional hearing services coming up here in a minute and a half.
All right, 90 seconds.
Highest paid athletes list came out. Soccer
Taylor
star,
Swift.
No, this is athletes.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
No, not Taylor Swift. She's
She
not
was
an athlete.
she was a lot of professional games this year.
She was
earned a lot of money.
Yep. Soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo, richest after making $260 million just last year.
Wow.
Golfer John Rahm, he's had a pretty good tour this past year. He earned $218 million, making him second. Messi, Lionel Messi, LeBron, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is from the Milwaukee Bucks, finished in the top 5.
Oh,
so there you go.
A lot of soccer stuff going on there.
Oh yeah, the soccer players, international football players, the real football, they make ridiculous amounts of money. Because like when David Beckham came over to the U.S., he took a pay cut.
Did he really?
Yeah. I mean, I think he ended up turning into ownership because he owns the Miami team. He owns part of the Miami team that Messi's on.
How fun.
All right, here we go.
Plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Oh, you want me to do this thing now? Okay, I can do this now. This is Ken Lundberg with the WSJM Morning Show, being prompted to do my bit here to tell you a little bit about ear health. As you might have heard, I've had the opportunity to meet with the medical experts at the Professional Hearing Services location in St. Joseph and learn more about the services they provide. At Dr. Caseworm's Professional Hearing Services, they can check your hearing. They can safely and comfortably clean your ears. They can give you a hearing test. I went through all of that to see what the experience was like, and we talked through the results of that hearing test and where my baseline is for hearing and what I can expect as I age. It was a great experience. They're incredibly friendly and knowledgeable. They have warm cookies. My hearing was pretty much fine. There's one little area that I'll just keep an eye on as I go forward, but most people hear Professional Hearing Services and they think about hearing devices. Not only do they have hearing devices, they have the professional staff to support those devices. When people suffer hearing loss, it's often certain frequencies. They can tune your hearing device to compensate for the lost frequencies and help you reclaim that clear hearing experience that you might be missing. Don't compromise. Start with Dr. Caseworm's Professional Hearing Services in St. Joseph.
Hey, it's Fred Upton, and you're listening to The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Huh?
Huh? Do this thing now?
Yeah. Lots going on. Busy show
It's
today.
a busy Friday.
Your Moody on the Market update happening now, where we tell you about everything from business news, Southwest Michigan, why we love it here, interesting people you should know, and so much more. Check out the Moody on the Move series with, I believe, McGee's Heating and Air, and also our awards program that includes 40 Under 40, Best Places to Work, and so much more. Time now for that update where we... it's brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And talking about something near and dear to Johnny's heart, the local barbecue spot, Piggin' and Grinnin'.
Ooh, one of my favorites.
Nearly 20-year journey of the popular local barbecue spot is taking another turn. Piggin' and Grinnin' will close its drive-in only location on Cleveland Avenue that's near Hilltop Road over in St. Joseph. But they plan to reopen soon in a bigger and better facility in Benton Township.
Yeah, so their owner, Michael Piaskowski, he was talking with us and says that he's not going out of business.
Yes.
His health is excellent.
Yes.
Back in January, he had been forced to shut down for 4 months after heart surgery, but he says he feels great. Looks forward to reopening with year-round indoor seating for diners and a better kitchen. So that's a really awesome thing. They did a post on Facebook giving some details. Did they give us a location, or are they being secretive on what that location is?
Ooh, in a phone conversation, Pikowski said he's got a couple of locations in mind, but favors one in Benton Township and what he described as a nice location with good traffic. So what that tells me is that we're going to have another story at some point on where it's going to be.
I'm trying to think. There's open places.
Well, you got a clear spot out here.
We do.
Just open.
We got a great location. We got good traffic. Got some space.
Pickett and Grinnin migrated from Benton Harbor Arts District to Cleveland Avenue after being forced to shut down by the pandemic. After opening there, they endured some difficulties surrounding the health that we talked about, but they reopened in May of 2023. And every time I drive by, I see the smokers smoking, and the smell is really good. I don't eat it, but because I'm a vegetarian, but it still smells good, and I do remember it from before. But through it all, Pikowski says he's maintained a vibrant, positive attitude, continued to serve up delicious ribs and other barbecue specialties. Read that full article. It's there at moodyonthemarket.com. And when we find the new location, we will endeavor to report it to you first.
And we'll get Ken to eat some ribs.
No. I like the vegetarian ribs.
You smoke some tofu for me?
Ooh, there are a lot of good recipes for smoking out there, and I'm getting ready to do some of that. Used tea leaves. So you steep your tea leaves, and you use it for tea. And then what do you do with them? Typically, if they're not the kind that you do like 2 or 3 steeps, you throw them away.
Sure. Yeah.
But I saw a recipe earlier this week on Selena Gomez. She has a new cooking show, and they were doing the smoking with the tea leaves, the remnants, and it apparently put a very complex umami. Umami.
Like it. Well, check out that story and more at moodyonthemarket.com. And your update is brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and Niles.
Rich Brand and Tara Halsey from Insurance Management Service, your local auto owners.
All right, everybody. That about does it for us. Thank you for all the views, the laughs, we got 5, looks like 5 ha-has. Or at least 5 interactions, that is. And a few of them being ha-has.
Very good. Ha-ha. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you and appreciate you being part of the morning show.
Teresa says, you guys have great traffic. Great traffic here?
I don't see any traffic out there.
We got great traffic right
There was
here.
traffic out there yesterday. We talked about that in the news. We'll talk about it again in a second. But guy allegedly trying to break into an ATM, took it on a car chase all the way over here.
Wow.
Started in St. Joseph, went all the way through downtown. Tons of cops out here.
Wow.
Crazy. They brought the news to us.
Yeah.
That time.
It's like, we need to go cover the news. Oh, they're just coming right
the
to
front
us.
door.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy it. Should be a nice warm weekend. So we'll talk to you again soon.